morning.
Good morning. Good
morning. I have my coffee.
It's a coffee morning. Hey everybody, welcome back to Hanson Family Homestead. It has been probably a month since we've posted anything. So we got a day today. That's why we're coffeeing up, because we got a big project that we're gonna do today. But first, we just wanted to share with you guys a little bit about what's been going on with us. I know we haven't posted anything on YouTube for a while. That part of our homestead has taken a back burner to a lot of different things. I know you've been posting on the Hanson Family website, or the Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook and Instagram.
You've been doing that, but we really haven't done any YouTube videos. So we're gonna just kind of catch everybody up, and then today is a big day with a project. So if you guys don't remember, I'm a firefighter, and probably since mid-July it's been fire season, and I've been home probably like 6 or 7 days in the last month and a half. So it's been a lot hard for you to handle everything while I've been gone.
Right.
And we haven't been here. So we haven't had a lot of content to really share with you guys, other than turning compost and a couple little garden things. So we really haven't had a whole lot to even post anyways on Facebook. So we've had a lot of financial issues going on, or not financial. Financial issues we're working on financial peace, a Dave Ramsey method of being debt free. And so we've implemented
financially responsible adults.
Yeah, adulting stinks. we're going through some growing pains with that, but we're also sharing that with Jack and putting that into his homeschool, and we're working with them on that. And I guess one of the biggest ones that we've had is we have a new addition to our homestead. Yeah, and we'll introduce that to you later on, because he is sleeping right now. So, but with all that said, why are we drinking coffee?
Oh, you want me to answer that?
Yeah.
If it were me, I'd have the whole pot.
Well, we're drinking coffee because up here where we live, it's been, I think we got 10 inches of monsoon rain mixed with hot and humid weather. And it's been perfect growing season for weeds.
Not the funny kind.
We got lots of weeds. And it's just been way too much to handle with just one person on the homestead. And with all the things that we've been dealing with. So we got to deal with weeds. And good thing we got weed eaters. We got 6 of them, and we're going to put them to use. But we don't want them all over our yard. So we're going to do some fencing today. We're going to do some temporary fencing, and we decided to do a project which is movable electric fencing. So we're going to be doing that. We decided to go with some Polytape electrical fencing, not a sponsor. So we'll get there one day. But we spent about $450 on probably a little bit more than what we needed. We'll return what we don't use, but we're just going to set up a temporary pasture for them and let them take care of our weeds versus us having to break our backs. Because you got a list of things that you needed to do. And then obviously we got to do some stuff today as well. We might show that.
Well, it kind of got us to that point of using what we already have as a natural resource for weed eating. Was the type of weeds we have, they're not weeds. They're like the spawn of Satan. They're taller than me. They're bush-like. They're not, or shrub-like. They're not like dandelion weeds at all. These are thorny. These are nasty. And I was expressing to Mark that we probably need to have someone hired to come do this, which is going to cost money. And working with Dave Ramsey, we're trying to be financially responsible. So we said, no, let's try to keep it as low cost as possible. I said, well, if we had someone come out, that's a one-time cost for a one-time thing. It's not going to be long lasting. I said the other option is that we could get a rough cut lawnmower it will cost money up front, but we'll at least have that as an option every single time we want to cut these horrible weeds. You know, and that's when he decided, you know what, let's just use the goats. That's more cost effective right now. That's a little bit better for our budget, and so that's what we're doing with that.
Definitely. And so I think, so we're gonna show that today. We'll be videotaping throughout our process. I have to go to the store. We missed a few items that we have to get, including wire, grounding wire, and a couple other little attachments for that. So we'll be doing that. You'll be taking care of some things around here before we do that.
Some prep work.
And then we're gonna be getting to it. So you'll see some videos, throughout little snippets of videos of what we're doing throughout the day. This is not a how-to video because we don't know how to. It's more of a just watch YouTube University for a while and then try to work through it. So we're gonna learn. But a couple things before we get to work and get going on our day is what we're gonna be doing on what's to come. You might be seeing some videos here. Hopefully we're gonna get YouTube working again. Selling our does and the mom is on our to-do list. You might be seeing that. You might be seeing some breeding videos. You may not see the breeding, but we're going to be looking to stud out for our girls. It's definitely time for them to start working on the breeding. So we have to retest or redraw on one of our girls for our bio screening for blood draws. We had one come back suspect, more than likely not positive for CL, but we have to redraw so we can get a negative so we can let her go to a breeder and breed. We're going to be doing some more compost stuff because that's coming along really good. And it's something, if there's one thing we're doing right, it's the compost right now.
It's the crap.
We got to work on a kidding pen this winter time. If we're going to have anywhere between 5 to 6 or 5 to 9 goats, we have to have a kidding pen. And then we're also going to be breaking down our summer garden because it's definitely time for that to do that. But we're going to keep the strawberries and a couple of the perennials like the artichokes.
Yeah.
So we're going to keep those. So thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoy the video of us doing the fencing. But before we go, we just wanted to remind everybody that if you guys follow us, great. And if you're not, feel free to subscribe, like this video, and also comment on any of our platforms, just so we know what you guys are liking, what you guys aren't liking. If you guys
we like the feedback.
Yeah, and interaction. And a lot of our followers right now are our friends and our family. But please share this video. And also, we're on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And we're going to try to share those links below if you guys haven't already been part of it. So thanks for the likes. Thanks for the subscriptions. And we'll see you out there when we start working. Hey, baby.
Hey.
I'm working on my golf swing.
I can see that. You're perfecting it.
This is part of our prep work. I'm marking our line. I'm taking the weeds down because if a weed touches the line, it's going to take away from the shock delivering methods to the goats. It's going to take that voltage down. So we're just going to swath along the fence route and leave the rest of all of this lovely weeds to the goats. So this is my prep work before we actually get started.
We're just walking the line where the goat's wire is going to go. And it is kind of wavy. Nothing is a straight line here. We're kind of having to be flexible when it comes to where we place these, just for the simple fact that we have tons of weeds, tons of rock. So it's definitely not a straight line. Like you can see right here, it is definitely not straight. It curves this way and then back to the barn. So we're starting it right here on the corner of the barn, Then it comes out this way towards me. I flip around. And then this way and through those trees and connects to the fence that separates our neighbors.
So guys, you'll seen the video and all the clips of how we've progressed this. It progressed pretty well, went up pretty quickly, but a couple little hiccups. One thing we've learned is if we're going to use these for corners, they don't make the great corners. They're flexing pretty good on some of our change of directions. So we had to work on that a little bit. But our biggest road block, and this is going to wrap the video today, is because we hit a little road bump. We hooked it all up, but there's a little thing that says we gotta charge this for 3 days before we turn it on. Of course, being a firefighter, I ignored the directions. I turned it on. It does work. We did hook it up. We did hear that it was working. I didn't bother touching it, but I could tell that there, when we touched it with the voltmeter, we got a little click on here. But we
Really? Good grief.
we don't have it hooked up. We're gonna let this charge for 3 days. We're gonna come back with a part 2 to this video. Make sure it works out. Another thing we did was we're missing one more connector to connect the bottom piece and make this all one connection, and that might be one of the reasons why. Anyways, with all that said and done, thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for part 2 of this video.